All right, so we're moving into week 5 of Huck's 52-week movie challenge, and this week's category was favorite foreign director. All right, so when it came to my favorite foreign director, I knew immediately that I was going to go with Guillermo del Toro. I absolutely love his work. I have seen pretty much everything that he has done, with the exception of one movie. So this week's title does come with a bit of an asterisk because it's not a foreign film, but he is a foreign director. I watched for the very first time Hellboy 2: The Golden Army. Got the Blu-ray Steelbook here. This thing is really dope. Kind of love it. Just a really cool design. But we're not here to talk about the physical media side of this. We're here to talk about the movie. And before I jump into Hellboy 2, I thought it'd be weird to talk about Hellboy 2 and not kind of talk about the first film. So I just got to say, like, the very first film, I mean, I had seen it a bunch of times. Saw it in theaters when it came out. I don't know why I never got around to seeing part two until now, but I love the first film. It's just a really good comic book movie. I never read the comics. I wasn't into the Hellboy comics when I was younger, but I don't know. It's such a fun movie, and Del Toro and Ron Perlman just they work so well together. So the very first movie is so good, and I needed to at least mention it here before I talk about Hellboy 2 and the Golden Army. So, with that said, let's talk about Hellboy 2. Again, we have Guillermo del Toro directing. Ron Perlman is back as Hellboy. You also have Doug Jones returning as Abe Sapien and Selma Blair as Liz. We get Seth MacFarlane in this one, more of a voice role for him, and Luke Goss playing the villain characters. Del Toro is just such a fantastic director, and he really loves these sci-fi fantasy movies. You go back to movies like Chronos and Pan's Labyrinth, and even more recent ones like The Shape of Water. It's a really fun aspect to his films, and you can see that here with Hellboy 2. You've got really his love for practical effects and makeup. It's just amazing. There is CGI in here, of course. That's just the way it goes with big budget films these days. But I mean, you look at the practical effects and the makeup of just Hellboy and Abe Sapien. It's just really well done. The costume design is fantastic. You really get the fairy tale tone mixed with the darkness. You have the troll market scene is just a really fun atmosphere and really well done. You get a really awesome choreographed fight in that scene, which is a lot of fun. You have the design of the Angel of Death, which is really, really cool. And of course, the Golden Army itself is just really well done. There's a pretty cool fight scene near the end of the movie with all of the Golden Army and them fighting along with those. You get weirdness. One scene in particular is Hellboy and Abe belting out "Can't Smile Without You" by Barry Manilow. It's just a random scene in the middle of the movie, and it's just the Big Red Demon and Fishman belting out a soft 70s heartbreak pop while getting drunk and just being moody about love. It's absolutely ridiculous, but it's so weirdly sweet. It's just, I don't know, it's probably one of my favorite scenes in the movie. It humanizes both characters. It slows the movie down just a touch, and it really shows Del Toro's romantic fairy tale side, and it just balances the really heavy stuff with the emotional intimacy. I don't know. I had a big smile on my face when that scene was playing. I absolutely loved it. It was so much fun. Talking about the villain, so again, you have Luke Goss playing uh, Prince Nuada. I actually think I liked the villain in Hellboy 2 more than Rasputin in Hellboy 1. I think he's a little bit more sympathetic. He believes he's right. He's not just, an evil wizard looking for power. He is, you know, trying to start a rebellion against humanity in order to rule the earth. I don't know. I just felt the character was pretty well done, really well played by Luke Goss. It's really unfortunate that we never got the third movie in Del Toro's Hellboy franchise. I know there was talks about there being almost more of a prequel or taking place more in the 1950s, kind of before these two. But I think that would have been a really fun movie to watch. And it's just unfortunate that it never came to fruition. The 2019 Hellboy, just the reboot just wasn't the same. I actually watched that after Golden Army because I had never seen that one before, and I like David Harbour and I like Ian McShane, but I don't know, the movie wasn't that good, and it just didn't feel the same as Del Toro's two Hellboy movies. So really unfortunate that we never got a third film in the franchise. So that is it. That is my thoughts on Hellboy 2: The Golden Army for week 5. Favorite foreign director. Again, I know it's not a foreign film, but that's not the category. The category is foreign director, and Del Toro is a foreign director. So I did go with this one. I really liked it. I don't think I said I gave it 4.5 stars on Letterboxd. I also gave the first one 4.5 stars. So they're really, really so good. 1A, 1B. I really enjoyed both these movies. Week 6 is coming up, and the category is a movie from the 1950s or earlier. I do have one set up here. A little teaser. It's an Alfred Hitchcock movie. I won't spoil the title here, so we'll get into that in next week's video. If you guys would like to see the full list of the 52-week movie challenge, stay tuned to the very end. After I wrap this up, I will put that at the very end so you guys can check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this out with your movie loving friends. I am on Letterboxd, Instagram, and Facebook. I'll drop a link in the description below to all those social media platforms. Thank you again for watching, and I'll catch you next time.